Hello and welcome this evening to the um, resting in peace, resting in sleep. I'm trying not to say rest in peace because it makes it sound like you're dying. Well, we're not dying. We are preparing for a restful sleep. So welcome to the um, Sleep Deeply practice tonight. I hope that you are doing well where you are. For this practice, if you want to take a moment and look down into the description box that is below the video and click on the more and more. If you're watching on your phone, you might have to expand that a couple times. You will find the worksheet that goes along with this class if you want to print those out at home. Or you can always reach out to me and contact me. I do have a journal that goes through all the practices, and I can always get you one of those. It's 40 bucks. It's a 90-day journal and can help guide you through these practices. But in the meantime, if you just want to grab your own journal, I'm going to walk you through each of the steps that we are working on. So we begin our practice in the same way that we're invited to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to recognize how we are connected to and supported by the place where we are seated. Go ahead and take a moment to notice how your body is held by your seat. Let's do that together now. And as you are noticing how you are held by the place where you are seated, we're invited to take a moment to recognize which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. Let's notice that together. And as you feel that, you want to write that down into your journal, that body part. For me, it's the back of my ribs tonight. Notice what it is for your body. And as you notice that body part, we want to take a moment to help the brain to refresh its awareness of that. And we're allowing the body a minute to actually receive the experience of being supported. So you're saying, here is where I am already supported, right where I am seated. Let your brain see it and allow your body to absorb that experience more fully. And then from that place of recognizing that you're supported, we're invited to take an even deeper look and notice, what does that quality of support feel like to you? Take a moment and see if it feels like softness or stability. You're going to intuit the quality of support. You're going to intuit that word. Notice what that is for you. And then you want to take your second pen color and you can circle that and we're saying this experience belongs to me. This is God's living support for me. Take a moment and you're going to let your brain see that, and we're going to take another minute to allow our body to more fully absorb that. And then from that place, we want to take a moment and recognize what are the things that went well in our day today. Take a moment and you're going to make a list of 5 or 10 things that went well for you. And then we're going to come back and recognize the aliveness that is outpouring from those things. But let's go ahead and make our list together now. And so then we're going to go step by step through each one, and we want to notice, you're going to read back through it, and you want to notice what is the support that comes along with it. So I also change my pen color, and I kind of write next to each of these the living support that is being provided through each thing that went well. All right, let's take our time and move through each item together. then from that place of receiving and really absorbing all the different um, aspects of the way that we've been supported today and the way that things are going well, we then are invited to take a moment and notice what are the things that are still in process for you today. Every single day we're going to be having our challenges and we're going to be having our integrations, the things that are working and helping us to evolve more and more into our potential. But we want to be able to really stay connected to the flow of our life experience and be able to receive what's going well biochemically and energetically and mentally and physically, and then very tenderly hold the things that are in process and be giving those back to our living God, saying, here's what I'm working on. I am open for your insight and your guidance and your support as I navigate this. So we're going to take a moment and notice what are the things for each of us that are still in process. Where am I still being challenged today? Let's go ahead and make a list of that in our journal together now. And then you want to take a moment and notice, where do each of these items come alive in your body, and you're going to meet them with your own hands, offering this radical tenderness and this radical support of that experience. And then from there we are just noticing any other, spikes of intensity that are happening within our mind, within our body. And as we are transitioning to sleep, we are just very gently continuing to meet each of those experiences with a very gentle and tender hand. We are invited to be bringing God's living love, receiving it fully within to ourselves, and then bringing it into the worldly experience on earth as it is in heaven. And as I am receiving that, then I'm also going to be navigating through the intensities that are coming through my life, and I want to just be practicing meeting each intensity with a very tender hand. We are very accustomed to cognitively managing everything and like putting it in a conceptual way that makes sense or whatever, trying to get ourselves to think positively and all of those things, and those can be a great starting point. But when we come into meeting the experiences viscerally with radical tenderness, and we have to that's something that we actually have to strength train, that begins to physically meet the intensity and the suffering in our life on a much deeper level, and allows us to be participating in being a change in this world, becoming that change in this world, because I'm actually able to tenderly hold where I am suffering just from general stress and intensity, or maybe really, really suffering from chronic pain or dysfunction, whatever might be going on. The first step in order for that to change is for us to begin to meet that with our hands. And so you're really trying to follow how the sensations and the alivenesses are flowing through your body and begin to offer that very primary comfort. But it's something that remarkably we're not conditioned to give ourselves in this world. Think about the way that we touch ourselves. When do we actually touch ourselves? In the shower, maybe when you're washing your body, but that's like a aggressive, disconnected way of touching your body, or maybe when you're getting dressed, or, I've been a therapist for 30 years, a medical massage therapist, and, most people are conditioned to be talking about their body like, that's my bad shoulder, that's my bad leg, this isn't working well, that's being really angry. Like we're talking about our body in this very disconnected way, like not really being able to feel and offer this presence for what is really happening. And so as you go to sleep, and if you find yourself kind of moving in and out of sleep as you're beginning to strength train this capacity to really receive rest, just place your hand on your head, on your sweet brain that it works so hard. Place your hand on your neck or on your body or in these different places, and then just start to notice how the body begins to respond. This is a very, very powerful and effective way of moving into relationship with ourselves from an embodied perspective. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. It's my honor to be here with you, and I give great thanks to my living Jesus Christ, who leads me on this very narrow path, and yet it is a path that opens to my purpose and to my healing. And I hope that you are also being able to rest into the living support that can guide you down your path as well. Have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. Take care.